Did you know that up to 80% of amputees will experience phantom limb pain? My name is Nate, and I'm a 25-year-old burn survivor and amputee, and today I'm going to be talking about my experience with phantom limb pain so far. Phantom limb pain is a very real type of pain that a lot of people experience after losing some sort of body part, and that can happen from either an accidental injury, like a car accident or something, or it can be surgical, like myself. The most interesting part, in my opinion, is how your brain sends nerves to the limb that doesn't exist anymore. And since the nerves are still mapped to where they used to exist, everything still feels exactly the same as it did before. So even the skin on the back of my leg, I'm sure this will go away as it gets desensitized, but the front of my residual limb still feels like you're touching the back of my leg. It's so crazy. But that goes for the non existent foot as well. So if I imagine myself wiggling my toes, I can feel that. Like right now, I'm doing it. So, phantom limb pain can range from mild to severe, and it can last from seconds to days. It can feel like throbbing, stabbing, pinching, burning, all kinds of different sensations, but none of them are very fun. In my experience, it's been a lot of shooting pains that kind of go like from my knee down my shin all the way to my ankle or my toes. I've experienced a lot of burning too, but I think that's especially due to being in a house fire. A lot of my skin was burned, so a lot of those nerves still had that sensation regardless, even before the amputation. But it's interesting to me because I was really curious if I would still feel, my nerve pain from beforehand and my pain from my club foot after my foot was gone. So my ankle pain, I don't really feel anymore, and that's huge. That's one of the main reasons I got the amputation, was because I was in so much pain every day, even before the fire. And if I walked around for even like a few hours throughout the day, my ankle pain would be a 10 out of 10 the next day, and it would be unbearable, like to the point that I can't even walk around. But the nerve pain, on the other hand, did stick around. So the sensations I felt post fire, but before the amputation, were really weird. It was like my skin was on fire again, but only in localized spots. Usually the top of my foot, the skin would get really sensitive and I'd have to rub it. That was no fun at all. And luckily, it doesn't last nearly as long as it used to. So it used to last, I don't know, probably like 2 or 3 minutes. And now I usually just get like little spurts. So the other thing I'll talk about, very similar to phantom limb pain, are phantom limb sensations. The main distinction is that phantom limb pain actually hurts. And phantom limb sensations, they're uncomfortable, but they don't cause you pain. So that's the major difference. Phantom sensations can feel like itching, tingling, numbness, hot or cold. You can feel telescoping, so like your foot is moving. That is super weird. I don't like that one. The ones I feel personally are tingling the most. I get that one a lot. It starts again in like the front of my shin area, and it kind of radiates down to my ankle or my toes. Sometimes it's just my foot. Like it'll feel like just my foot's asleep, and that's strange. I also get another one called wet foot. Feels like my foot's in a bucket of water or something, and it can get really uncomfortable if it lasts for like an hour or more. And one foot's completely dry, and this one just feels all clammy and gross. No, thank you. I notice that happens a lot too when I get out of the bath. Like if I'm in the tub, I keep this leg out because I still have a little bit of an incision. But then I get out of the tub, so this foot's completely dry. This one still feels wet. Like even after I get in bed, it's so unsettling sometimes. So for the frequency, I typically get about 3 to 4 bursts of phantom pain a day. That's not that bad for me. They last between 15 or 20 seconds, and it could be a lot more frequent. It could be a lot more intense, I'm sure. I'm very grateful to have the pain levels that I do. It could just be so much worse. There are some people that have absolutely no phantom pain at all post-op. I'm not one of those people, but that's okay. It could be like constant all day, every day, so I'll take what I can get. Phantom limb sensations, on the other hand, I get those, I don't know. I don't want to say consistently, but almost all day long. It's something, whether it be tingling or like wet foot or itchy. Itchy is really bad, actually. So if my foot itches and I can't scratch it, there's really not much I can do about that. So I can try to do like a little massage or something, but that rarely works. Mirror therapy doesn't really work because one ankle fully articulates and the other ankle is still mapped in my head the way it used to be. So I can't bend it or anything. And when this ankle can point any direction, it's hard to trick my brain to think that this ankle isn't itchy anymore because it can't do all that stuff. So it's a little bit unique in my case. I don't know. I'll keep trying it. Maybe I'll have better luck in the future. So I'm sure you've noticed I'm slowly setting up my little studio here. It's nothing too fancy, but it's somewhere I can record my content that's out of the way, and I can kind of do whatever I need to do in here without freezing in the garage. Plus, it's really hard to get into my garage right now with all the snow outside. With that being said, I already tried to record this video yesterday, and I don't know, it sounded like crap, hence why I'm using the mic now. Let me know how this sounds, by the way. Leave a comment if you think it's decent. If it's crap, let me know too, and maybe I'll look for a different mic. But yeah, it was basically unsalvageable. I forgot to lock my focus, so every time I moved, my camera was like blurring in and out. I figured for the sake of the content, I would do it over again today. So there's really not much I can do when I'm experiencing phantom pain to alleviate it. I do have this one little massage trick that I do, so I kind of run my middle finger and my ring finger. So I run them down the bone in the front of my leg here, and a couple inches down from my knee, I feel this little nerve area where if I massage it, it kind of sends this tingling feeling all the way down to my toes. And if I do that, it's not that it feels good, but it's almost like it resets my nerves. So if I'm experiencing some sort of shooting pain or something like that, I'll come down here, I'll give it a little massage, and then after like, I don't know, 2-3 minutes, usually that does the trick for me. Only a couple months in, and this is looking great in my opinion. In the next like month and a half, 2 months, I should be getting fitted for a prosthetic, so that'll be super cool. So there was a short spurt about a week after my operation, and that lasted for, I don't know, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks, where it was like pretty much constant all day, every day. I would either have a burning sensation or a shooting pain or like the electrical up and down the leg. It absolutely sucked. And I was mentally preparing myself for that to be the rest of my journey. I'm so fortunate that it's gotten better. And I know it could get worse again. This, especially early on, is a bit of a roller coaster with phantom pain. But I'm just taking it one day at a time, and I'm really happy to be where I am. I really couldn't ask for more. Thank you for your time. If you like this video, I'm sure you'll love this one right here. Give it a watch. I'd go into some details early on about my phantom limb pain right after I left the hospital. And subscribe so you don't miss my future content.